At some point, you stopped knowing how to do nothing. Not in a busy way, not because your schedule's packed, but because somewhere along the line, your brain decided that doing nothing is something you have to earn. And spoiler, according to your brain, you haven't earned it yet. You probably never will. So you sit down to relax, you open YouTube, you pick something to watch, and within about 4 minutes, a thought appears uninvited, like a roommate who doesn't knock. Is this a waste of time? And just like that, watching a video becomes a productivity audit. You're not watching anymore. You're justifying, calculating ROI on a 30-minute video about someone restoring an old chair, which, for the record, you didn't even choose to learn from. You just wanted to watch a guy fix a chair. But now, apparently, that needs to have a purpose. Here's what actually happened to you. At some point, probably gradually, probably without noticing, your brain made a deal. The deal was enjoyment is fine, but only if it comes with output. Fun is acceptable, but only if it's also useful. Rest is allowed, but it better be the kind of rest that makes you more productive tomorrow. You didn't agree to this deal consciously. It just got installed through years of being rewarded for results, for efficiency, for optimizing, for always having an answer to what did you do today that sounds like something. And now you can't just play guitar. You have to be getting better at guitar. You can't just draw. You have to be tracking your improvement. You can't just watch something. You have to be learning from it. You turned every hobby into a performance review. And the worst part is, you did it to yourself. Nobody made you do it. You just got very good at it and kept going. The rest thing is particularly brutal. You're tired, genuinely tired, so you decide to take a break. You sit back, you put something on, you give yourself permission to stop for a while. 10 minutes in, the guilt shows up. Not loud, just a low hum in the background, a subtle sense that you're doing something slightly wrong, like you're eating a meal you didn't cook and someone's about to walk in and ask why you're not cooking. So you compromise. You switch to a podcast, something educational, something you can defend if your brain cross-examines you later. Now you're resting, but productively. You're horizontal, but improving. You found a loophole. Except now, the rest doesn't actually feel like rest. It feels like a slightly more comfortable version of work, which means you've solved nothing and also ruined podcasts. And then there's the hobby problem. You start something new purely because you're curious about it. No agenda, no goal, just that looks interesting. I want to try it. This phase lasts approximately 11 days. Then you find the tutorials, then the subreddits, then the people who've been doing it for years and are significantly better than you. And suddenly, the thing you picked up because it seemed fun has a syllabus, a progress tracker, and an unspoken deadline you invented for yourself at some point and forgot to write down. The curiosity is gone. What replaced it looks a lot like discipline from the outside, but from the inside, it feels like obligation with better branding. Here's the thing nobody says directly enough. You removed the pointlessness. On purpose. Pointlessness is the whole mechanism. It's what makes hobbies work. The reason playing is restorative is specifically because it doesn't matter. The moment it matters, the moment there's an outcome attached, a standard to meet, a comparison to make, it stops being play and starts being unpaid work you assigned yourself. You knew this instinctively when you were a kid. You didn't need the drawing to be good. You just drew. You didn't need the game to mean something. You just played. Somewhere between then and now, you decided that wasn't enough, that you needed to be getting somewhere, that time only counts if it produces something. It doesn't. Time doesn't work like that. And the sooner you accept that an hour spent doing something genuinely pointless is not an hour wasted, the sooner you can actually rest without running a background process of guilt the entire time. The reason this is hard to fix is because it worked. The optimization, the tracking, the relentless forward momentum, it produced things, real things. You got better at stuff. You built things. You moved forward. So the brain looked at all that evidence and concluded that this is the correct way to operate all the time, including during rest, including during fun, including at 10 p.m. on a Sunday when you just want to watch something without it meaning anything. Your brain is not wrong that the system produced results. It's just wrong that the system should run continuously with no off switch. Even the most optimized machine needs downtime, not as a reward, not as a productivity strategy, just because running without stopping breaks things, including, eventually, the part of you that wanted to learn guitar in the first place. So no, you don't need to restructure your relationship with rest using a 5-step framework. You don't need to schedule unstructured time in a calendar, which is the most tragic sentence a person can read. You just need to let some things be pointless again. Watch the video, play
play the guitar badly. Sit there and do nothing for 20 minutes and let it be exactly that. Nothing. Not nothing yet, just nothing. Your productivity will survive. It's been through worse.